why the whole world is supporting Ukraine and they call them fighters when they try to resist and to regain their lands. What about us? We can go for one state, but also they refuse this. Come for a real, genuine peace agreement to set a solution for two-state solution. They don't want. Always they are escaping.
How do you see the duplicity in the international response?
The international community, they are silent. They are silent, and also they give the Israeli the right to defend themselves. By these statements coming from certain countries, Israel will have the green light to wipe Gaza Strip. Try to make a peace conference, a new peace conference, bring all the concerned parties to sit and try to solve this for the sake of our people and for the sake of their people.
Welcome to our special discussion on Israel and Palestine and the conflict surrounding the Gaza Strip. My name is Sanka. Today I'm here with the acting ambassador to Sri Lanka from Palestine, Mr. Hisham Abu Taha. Everyone know what has been going on in Gaza following the Hamas attack. The international media has been talking a lot, making a lot of noise, and there are a lot of stories going on about the civilian casualties, the Israeli response to it. But there's another side to this entire story, and this is what I am trying to get the discussion going on with the acting ambassador of Palestine to Sri Lanka. Welcome to the discussion, Mr. Ambassador. Before going into any question, I want to know, are you feeling okay? Is any of your family or friends directly affected by the ongoing incident that is happening for the last 3-4 days? How are you dealing with it? How are you coping with it as a Palestinian, let's say?
Thank you very much for having me for this discussion. Actually, Gaza Strip, for your knowledge, is under blockade for more than 15 years. It is a very densely populated area. If any small incident happens inside the Gaza Strip, it will cause damage. Now, after the small invasion has happened, as they call it, invasion, and when the small resistant group, they have engaged seriously with the Israeli occupation. The Israelis now, they are retaliating with a huge bombardment. They are using the air forces, the artillery, warships from the Mediterranean Sea, causing a huge destruction. The scenes coming from Gaza, it's like an earthquake that hit the whole area. Before that, maybe 7 wars. This is the 7th war against Gaza. Before that, they used to carry a huge military, a huge air force, a huge air hits against Gaza. But nowadays, since 7th of October, they are destroying complex. They don't target one house. They target the whole area. Until this moment, there is people under the destruction of the houses. The number increased to reach to be 1,100 people being killed, lost their lives, more than 6,000 wounded, and more than 200,000 being displaced. They have escaped from an area to another area. But wherever they go, the Israeli strikes is there. So there is no way out of this.
Mr. Ambassador, how come such an attack can take place given the reputation of the Israeli intelligence and the defense forces? And also, how do you see the allegations coming up about abducted children, the civilians being killed? I know there are stories being published today, 2 Sri Lankans being executed allegedly by Hamas, 10 Nepalis were allegedly executed by Hamas. How do you see this could happen? Given one, the intelligence failure from Israeli sides, and what led to this, the cultural, political, economic condition?
I am not a military guy to comment on this, but has happened when a group of Palestinian resistance, they call it Hamas, but in our understanding, they are a Palestinian resistance, and this resistance has been guaranteed by the international law and all the Geneva Conventions that they have the right. Any nation under occupation, they have the right to defend themselves. Now, how it has happened? It has happened, okay, and they have inside. Now, in some operation or some military operation inside the Israeli territory, sometimes the Palestinian resistance might target their Arabs, because you know that inside Israel territories there is Arabs still living there. There are more than 1.5 million. You know, so sometimes they can come under crossfire. You know.
Yes.
Now, if they have targeted Sri Lankans or Americans or whomever, they don't know. They should be mostly Jewish and Israelis living there.
And as far as I understand, militarily, Hamas have lost most of the land it gained in the first day of their military operation. And now it is said that more than 300,000 Israeli soldiers are surrounding Gaza, and then the defense minister have claimed wanting to have a siege on it. So how does this affect the life within the Gaza Strip? Does this affect entire Palestine or just Gaza for the moment?
Now we cannot differentiate between the Gaza Strip and the West Bank. The whole Palestine for more than 75 years is under the Israeli military atrocities and discrimination policy regarding the Palestinians, preventing them from having their simple basic life and simple basic needs. What has happened against Gaza, it is not the first time. As I said at the end of this interview, it's the 7th time maybe. And what they are trying to achieve, I want to ask myself, what those Israelis...
This is actually was going to be my next question. What
they want to achieve? If they want to achieve that they want to get rid of the Palestinian people, this is impossible, because we are there, we are living there, we are breathing our Palestinian air, and we are there. And we have also accepted, despite all the suffering, despite all the pain, despite all the atrocities has been carried and committed against us and the war crimes, we have accepted, after Oslo Agreement, to establish our viable Palestinian state on 22% of our historical land. And still they are not satisfied. They are not satisfied. They have provoked all the agreements, and they have started to increase their settlements in the West Bank,
Mr. Ambassador,
which is a daily provocation.
Mr. Ambassador, if they are not okay with 22% of Palestine being given to Palestinians, that means 78% being given to create the state of Israel.
Yeah.
What is the end game? What do you think they are trying to achieve?
Now, some Palestinian voices can say that we can go for one state, but also they refuse this. Come for a real, genuine peace agreement to set a solution for two-state solution. They don't want. Always they are escaping. Always they are choosing war. They are choosing the game of war. They are powerful. They are a powerful army, and they can do what they want. Now Israel can bulldoze the whole Gaza Strip toward the sea. But what after? What is going to be after?
What do you think the international opinion would say if the Israelis decides to push the Gaza into the sea?
The international community, they are silent. They are silent, and also they give the Israeli the right to defend themselves. By these statements coming from certain countries, Israel will have the green light to wipe Gaza Strip. Now people, they are under the ripples, under the destruction. And we have no electricity, they have no water, they have no sufficient food, they have no milk. It is a real disaster. It is a real disaster.
I read a report, Mr. Ambassador, that since 2008, more than 150,000 Palestinians were either killed or wounded, including 33,000 of them being children.
Yes.
And now I see similar suffering from some children in Gaza Strip, and also children that have been alleged to be abducted by Hamas for whatever reason. But how do you see the duplicity in the international response to the 33,000 children? I'm not trying to discount any pain of any group, but how do you see this duplicity, the hypocrisy in the international coverage? How do you respond to this?
Actually, this is known for us for a long time, that there is the pro-Israeli Western media. They will always give the Israelis the chance and to revenge and to attack the Palestinians. Now, look at what is happening in Ukraine. I mean, we are against the war, we are against the killing, we are against targeting civilians, but look at what is happening now. Why the whole world is supporting Ukraine, and they call them fighters when they try to resist and to regain their lands. What about us? They call us terrorists. Why they are calling us terrorists? This is the way they like to call us. But for us, we are a resistance. We having the right to use all the means to restore our rights back. And tell me, since 1994, what we are doing? We are trying to push the whole world, to push Israel, and to force it to stop their aggression against us and sit for a real peace, sit for a genuine peace. But they are escaping from this. They are always escaping from this.
Mr. Ambassador, now the important question, as representative of the Palestinian Authority, representing the government of the state of Palestine, what you as a country are trying to do right now to de-escalate the situation and stop this carnage of all sides, because it's the suffering is unimaginable.
Absolutely.
What the state of Palestine is trying to do right now? What do you think the Palestinian
Our
government
President Mahmoud Abbas Abu Mazen, since long time, he is sent many messages to the whole world and to the main powers in this world, telling them, please, we want try to make a peace conference, a new peace conference, bring all the concerned parties to sit and try to solve this for the sake of our people and for the sake of their people. You know, I know now the Israelis, do you think that the Israelis, they all want to fight and to engage in this war? I am sure not. They don't want to engage in this war. Now they have called them to go for war, but I am sure that not all of the Israelis, they have the desire to go for war. Even us, we don't have the desire to engage in such devastating thing, which is really, it's a cycle of continuous bloodshed. We're trying to avoid that, and we have been warning since months. We have been warning through our foreign ministries, through the Prime Minister office, from the President office, that the Israelis are committing crimes. They are committing daily aggressions against our people. They are lately, the settlers, they were spitting on the worshippers, the Christians or Muslim. You imagine that? You imagine that? So, to what extent they want us to reach? To what extent? The final, what we want is, let Israeli leadership, but it's in vain, because the current Israeli government is extreme government.
Yes.
And they are not believing in peace. They want to kick us, they want to expel us. Where to? Where we are going to go?
So what are you demanding from the international community then? What kind of effort, are there any peace efforts already being taken by the state, or there's no opportunity, there's no internationally conducive environment to do such a peace initiative by the state of Palestine?
Let me tell you, I am not desperate, and we still haven't lost hope, but we hope that the international community, with the support of the Arab League and the United Nations and the Security Council and all the human rights organizations to put pressure on Israel to convince this government or the coming government and the Israeli leadership to sit and to come to strike a genuine deal process to end this massacres. I mean, from both sides, we are killing each other.
At the end of the day, they are all humans.
And at the end of the day, look to the media, they are forgetting about our people who's got lost their lives or the houses. And when there is a small harm on the Israeli side, the whole world will stand criticizing Palestinians, naming us terrorists. Why? Because we want to have our rights back. What can we do? You tell me. If you have a solution, I will stick with your solution.
With that, Mr. Ambassador, I would like to end this conversation. It's a very interesting point of view that you end up giving us. I would like to thank our viewers also for listening to this discussion and taking your time to see a different side from what the international media is showing. And also, I hope your family is safe. I hope all Palestinians are safe. I hope all the Israelis and all the other non-Israeli, non-Palestinians who are working there are safe.
Inshallah.
So
we need peace for everybody.
Yeah. So
yes.
Let's end.
And this region, if this area, Palestine territory is the Palestinian state, if it remain in the same condition, the whole world will have no peace.
Yes.
We'll have no
I
peace.
totally agree with you
Yes.
on that, Mr. Ambassador.
Yeah.
Thank you again.
Thank you very much.